Hello everyone. Happy New Year 2025. I hope this year brings you all the success, joy, and clarity you're seeking. Thank you so much for watching this video and for supporting my content. Before we get into the main topic, I want to take a moment to share a few thoughts. First, let me assure you that this video isn't meant to create panic or fear. Those are not my intentions, but rather to provide you with clarity and preparation. Through my content on Ayurveda and Vedic astrology, I aim to help you create a more balanced, happy, and meaningful life. Both Ayurveda and Vedic astrology are tools for self-discovery and transformation, offering ways to align with natural rhythms and cosmic energies to bring harmony into your life. This particular video touches on Pisces, a mystic and deeply spiritual sign. Pisces represents a vast unknown, the realms of intuition and energies that flow beyond the physical. Its influences can sometimes feel hard to comprehend, even astrologically, as it governs emotions, dreams, and connections that are intangible yet profoundly transformative. That said, this video and all my content is designed to offer practical insights and empower you to navigate life's challenges and opportunities. Whether through Vedic astrology or Ayurvedic wisdom, my goal is to guide you to a deeper understanding and balance in your daily life. Finally, I'd like to take a moment to thank you for being here and encourage you to leave a comment below. Your thoughts and feedback mean so much to me and motivate me to continue creating meaningful content. I'm always striving to share valuable insights that help you along your journey. If you enjoyed this video, please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to my channel. It helps this community grow and ensures you won't miss any of my upcoming content. With that said, let's dive into the details.
Hey everyone! Before we delve into the current alignment, let's take a moment to revisit an extraordinary event in astrological history. The February 5th, 1962 conjunction. On this day, 8 planets, Sun, Moon, Mercury, Venus, Mars, Jupiter, Saturn, and Ketu came together in Capricorn, the natural 10th house of the Kalapurusha chart. Capricorn, a sign of governance, authority, and societal structures, amplified the energy of this alignment, leaving a significant mark on the world. The impacts were undeniable. The Cold War reached its peak with the Cuban Missile Crisis later that year, bringing the world dangerously close to nuclear war. At the same time, the space race gained momentum, with monumental advancements like John Glenn's orbit of Earth, a reflection of Capricorn's disciplined and goal-oriented energy. It was also a time of social upheaval. The U.S. civil rights movement gained traction, challenging outdated systems and advocating for equality. Globally, revolutions and reforms reshaped societies. Even the seeds of environmental awareness were sown. As people began to recognize the need for sustainability, perfectly aligned with Capricorn's connection to Earth and responsibility, this conjunction demonstrated how concentrated planetary energy could force humanity to confront its limitations, innovate, and rebuild. It was a time of immense pressure, but also immense progress, On April 8, 2024, the world experienced a total solar eclipse, marked by the alignment of Rahu, the Sun, Moon, and Venus in Pisces. This rare configuration brought intense emotional and spiritual energy, amplifying themes of compassion, creativity, and introspection. Pisces, the sign of mysticism and dissolution, encouraged a temporary shift in collective focus toward humanitarian and spiritual matters. With Ketu aspecting from Virgo, 6th house, the alignment hinted at hidden vulnerabilities in health systems and the need for healing, but its effects were relatively fleeting, as eclipses often signify short-term shifts rather than prolonged change. Fast forward to March 29th, 2025, when the cosmos delivers a far more complex and impactful alignment. A partial solar eclipse in Pisces, occurring alongside a 6-planet conjunction involving the Sun, Moon, Saturn, Mercury, Retrograde and Debilitated, Venus, Retrograde, and Rahu. This stellium significantly amplifies Pisces' mystical and dissolving energy, creating a potent mix of spiritual awakening and systemic challenges. Unlike the April 2024 eclipse, this alignment carries heavy karmic implications. Saturn's restrictive presence introduces prolonged crises, systemic collapses, and karmic reckonings, while Mercury's retrograde and debilitation exacerbate miscommunication and delays in addressing emerging challenges. Additionally, Venus retrograde highlights difficulties in relationships, diplomacy, and financial stability. The partial solar eclipse on March 29, 2025, combined with the 6-planet stellium, marks a prolonged period of transformation, turbulence, and karmic realignments. While the 2024 total solar eclipse offered a fleeting glimpse into Piscean themes of spirituality and emotional healing, the 2025 alignment suggests deeper, long-lasting impacts on global health, geopolitics, and financial systems. This pivotal moment emphasizes humanity's need to navigate uncertainty with resilience, innovation, and introspection. Fast forward to today, and we find ourselves under a very different alignment in Pisces, the natural 12th house. While the Capricorn conjunction of 1962 emphasized building and restructuring societal systems, the Pisces alignment focuses on endings, introspection, and spiritual awakening. It's a moment to release what no longer serves us and prepare for a new cycle of growth. Just as the 1962 conjunction reshaped global systems, this alignment has the potential to shift humanity's consciousness. It's not about constructing new frameworks, but about dissolving old ones, reflecting on our collective karma, and embracing compassion and unity. Let's now explore the current alignment in Pisces and what it might mean for the world. Astrology is often seen as a tool for personal insight. But what if I told you it's also a lens through which we can understand the world itself? The movements of planets don't just influence individuals. They shape the dynamics of societies, nations, and even natural phenomena. When we look at the world through the lens of the Kalapurusha chart, we uncover a cosmic map that reveals the rise and fall of civilizations, global challenges, and the karmic cycles that guide humanity. The Kalapurusha chart is the natural zodiac, starting with Aries as the first house, representing individuality and beginnings, and ending with Pisces as the 12th house, symbolizing dissolution and spiritual awakening. Each house in this chart governs an essential aspect of life, from resources and emotions to leadership and endings. But the 12th house of Pisces stands apart. It's where everything culminates, a place of endings, isolation, and transcendence. It represents the collective subconscious, where humanity confronts its karma, faces hidden truths, and prepares for transformation. On March 25th, 2025, something extraordinary is happening in the Kalapurusha chart. The natural 12th house of Pisces is hosting a rare and powerful planetary alignment. Saturn, Rahu, Venus, Mercury, the Sun, and the Moon have all gathered here. This is no ordinary gathering. It's a cosmic drama unfolding in real time. Pisces, with its themes of dissolution and karmic reckoning, amplifies the energy of these planets, creating waves that ripple across the globe. This alignment signals a time of profound change. It brings with it challenges, wars, pandemics, environmental disasters, but also opportunities for growth, renewal, and spiritual awakening. To understand the magnitude of what's happening, we must explore the Kalapurusha chart, the role of Pisces, and the unique energy each planet contributes to this extraordinary alignment. Let's begin our journey by diving deeper into the Kalapurusha chart and why it serves as a blueprint for understanding the world's unfolding events. Imagine two powerful forces, one representing order and discipline, and the other embodying chaos and ambition, coming together in a house that governs endings, hidden forces, and spirituality. This will be what's happening on March 25th, 2025, in the natural 12th house of Pisces, where Saturn, the planet of karma and structure, and Rahu, the planet of illusions and disruption, are joined in Purva Bhadrapada Nakshatra. This nakshatra, known for its intense and fiery energy, represents transformation through destruction, burning away what no longer serves to make way for renewal. When these two planets align in this deeply karmic space, their energy doesn't just affect individuals, it reverberates across the world. It's a time of upheaval, uncertainty, and profound shifts that push humanity to confront its deepest truths. Global crises and upheaval. Saturn is the enforcer of laws and systems. It represents governments, institutions, and the structures that hold societies together. Rahu, on the other hand, is a disruptor. It thrives on breaking rules, creating illusions, and challenging the status quo. Together in Pisces, these planets form a volatile combination that shakes the foundations of global systems. Imagine governments struggling to maintain control as hidden flaws in their systems are exposed. This alignment is like a magnifying glass on corruption, inefficiency, and inequality, forcing leaders and institutions to face the truth. Protests, revolts, and uprisings may rise across the globe as people demand accountability. These aren't just random acts of rebellion. They're part of a larger karmic process, a collective reckoning that challenges outdated structures. The clash between Saturn's demand for order and Rahu's push for chaos could escalate tensions between nations, sparking diplomatic conflicts, power struggles, and even regional wars. It's as though the world is being tested. Can it evolve and adapt, or will it cling to what is no longer sustainable? Fear and mass confusion. Rahu is a master of illusions, and in Pisces, the house of hidden forces, it amplifies uncertainty. Its presence here creates a veil of confusion, where it becomes difficult to separate truth from deception. Misinformation spreads like wildfire. Governments, media, and even science may struggle to communicate clearly, leading to widespread distrust. People may feel they're swimming in a sea of conspiracy theories, unable to find solid ground. Saturn's restrictive energy adds to this tension. Its presence alongside Rahu can magnify fear, fear of the unknown, fear of loss, and fear of change. This could lead to heightened anxiety and instability, not just in societies, but in individuals as well. On a collective level, this combination polarizes humanity. People may find themselves divided by ideologies, clinging to opposing beliefs, and struggling to find unity. The world may feel chaotic and overwhelming, but this confusion is a necessary step in the process of awakening. Sometimes we must lose our way to truly find it again. Spiritual awakening and transformation. Now, let's shift our perspective. While the energy of Saturn and Rahu is undeniably intense, it's not all about destruction. It is a deeply spiritual sign, and Purva Bhadrapada Nakshatra carries the promise of renewal after the storm. This alignment challenges humanity to rise above the chaos and embrace transformation. Think of this as a time to reevaluate what truly matters. The material world, with its endless pursuits of wealth and power, begins to lose its allure. People may find themselves turning inward, seeking meaning and purpose beyond the physical. Spiritual practices like meditation, mindfulness, and collective healing may see a resurgence. As individuals and societies grapple with uncertainty, they may discover new ways to connect with the divine and with each other. Saturn ensures that this transformation isn't fleeting. While Rahu disrupts, Saturn rebuilds, helping humanity lay the foundation for a more aligned and compassionate future. It's as if the universe is giving us a choice: cling to the old and crumble, or embrace the new and transform. The bigger picture. This conjunction is like a cosmic storm. It's intense, disorienting, and overwhelming, but it's also cleansing. It's a reminder that every ending carries the seed of a new beginning. As old systems break down, new ones emerge, stronger, wiser, and more aligned with the collective good. We're living through a moment of profound karmic reckoning, where humanity is being asked to confront its shadows and step into its light. It's not an easy process, but it's a necessary one. And through it all, the message from the cosmos is clear: transformation is possible, but only if we're willing to let go of what no longer serves us. Picture this: two influential planets, Venus and Mercury, both struggling to function at their full potential. Venus, the planet of love, relationships, finances, and diplomacy, is retrograde, a state that turns its energy inward, creating delays and re-evaluations. Mercury, the planet of communication, intellect, and health, is not only retrograde, but also debilitated in Pisces, significantly weakening its usual sharpness and precision. Both of these planets are positioned in Uttara Bhadrapada Nakshatra, a star that represents wisdom, stability, and spiritual depth. While this nakshatra brings the potential for higher understanding, the current retrogression and debilitation make their positive energies harder to access. This planetary pairing in Pisces creates a perfect storm for confusion, mismanagement, and challenges in global systems. Let's delve into the key impacts. Economic instability. Venus, as the planet of wealth and resources, plays a crucial role in maintaining economic balance. But when it's retrograde in Pisces, a sign of spirituality and dissolution, its usual focus on material stability becomes clouded. Instead of creating abundance, Venus turns its energy toward reevaluating values and priorities. Imagine financial markets fluctuating unpredictably, as though the usual rules no longer apply. Investments may lose value unexpectedly, and economic systems that seemed stable could falter. International trade and commerce, areas directly governed by Venus, may experience strain. Countries could face resource shortages or disagreements over trade agreements, creating ripples in the global economy. Corporations and governments may struggle to form alliances or resolve conflicts, with diplomatic ties weakening under Venus's retrograde energy. The result? A world grappling with financial uncertainty and strained partnerships. This isn't just about numbers and policies. It's a reflection of humanity's need to reevaluate its relationship with wealth, luxury, and materialism. Venus retrograde in Pisces asks, are we placing our values in the right places, or is it time for a shift? Misinformation and communication breakdowns. Mercury, the planet of intellect, communication, and technology, is debilitated in Pisces, a sign that emphasizes intuition over logic. In this placement, Mercury's usual precision and clarity give way to confusion, miscommunication, and delays. Its retrograde motion only intensifies these challenges. Think of a global game of telephone, where messages become distorted at every step. Misunderstandings could arise between leaders, organizations, or even within communities, leading to flawed decisions and missed opportunities. This weakened Mercury energy may also affect the way crises, such as pandemics, natural disasters, or economic challenges, are managed. Miscommunication in leadership could result in delays in response efforts or policies that fail to address the root of the problem. On a technological level, Mercury's retrograde influence could lead to disruptions in communication systems, cyber attacks, or failures in critical infrastructure that further complicate global coordination. It's as if the planet of communication has lost its voice, leaving humanity struggling to interpret its own messages. Struggles in diplomacy. Diplomacy is a delicate balance, and Venus retrograde disrupts this harmony. Relationships between nations, organizations, and even individuals may come under strain as misunderstandings and mistrust rise. Picture a world where negotiations stall and long-standing alliances begin to fray. Venus retrograde makes it harder for nations to find common ground, leading to unresolved conflicts and missed opportunities for collaboration. Mistrust may deepen between nations, creating a ripple effect that impacts trade, security, and humanitarian efforts. Even within communities, this energy could manifest as tensions in personal relationships, making it harder for people to connect and resolve differences. This period challenges humanity to re-examine the foundations of its relationships, whether between nations or individuals. Are these relationships built on mutual respect and understanding, or do they need to be re-evaluated and restructured? The bigger picture. Together, Venus retrograde and Mercury debilitated in Pisces highlight a world grappling with misalignment and miscommunication. Economically, diplomatically, and socially, humanity is being asked to pause and reflect. These challenges aren't merely obstacles. They're opportunities to realign with deeper values, to find clarity amidst the confusion, and to build relationships and systems that are more resilient and authentic. This alignment in the natural 12th house reminds us that the material world, with all its wealth, agreements, and structures, is temporary. It urges us to look beyond these constructs, to connect with wisdom and spirituality, and to seek solutions that serve not just the present, but the greater good. It's a challenging time, but also a deeply transformative one if humanity is willing to listen and learn. Imagine the sun and moon, two celestial forces that govern life itself, meeting in the ethereal waters of Pisces, the natural 12th house. The sun, the planet of authority, leadership, and the ego, represents the state of global power and direction. The moon, the planet of emotions, intuition, and the collective psyche, reflects humanity's inner world and emotional responses. Together, their presence in Pisces paints a vivid picture of global leadership and the emotional climate of the world during this transformative period. Pisces as a sign embodies compassion, idealism, and spirituality. It's the dreamer of the zodiac, yearning for unity and higher understanding. But its energies can also be impractical, escapist, and overwhelmed by the enormity of the challenges it faces. When the sun and moon align here, their combined influence highlights the delicate balance between leadership and emotions, ideals and reality, strength and vulnerability. Weak leadership. The sun in Pisces often struggles to manifest the practical, decisive energy typically associated with leadership. Pisces encourages leaders to focus on ideals and long-term visions, but it also brings a tendency to lose sight of immediate, tangible challenges. Imagine leaders who are driven by compassionate ideals, speaking of unity and hope, but who struggle to translate those words into actionable plans. This is the energy of the sun in Pisces, well-meaning but often too idealistic to address the pressing needs of the moment. The result? Indecision and mismanagement. Leaders may appear hesitant, unclear, or overwhelmed, eroding public confidence. People may feel that their governments are out of touch with reality, unable to provide the strength and guidance needed during crises. Leadership at this time might also be clouded by illusions or wishful thinking, failing to confront harsh truths. This can lead to missed opportunities for progress and delayed responses to critical situations. This alignment suggests a period where humanity craves strong, grounded leadership, but may instead encounter leaders who seem disconnected, distracted, or overly focused on abstract ideals. Emotional turmoil. While the sun reflects the state of leadership, the moon in Pisces mirrors the emotional state of the collective. The moon thrives on connection and intuition, and in Pisces, it becomes highly sensitive to the energies of the world. Picture a world where emotions are heightened, where grief, confusion, and anxiety ripple through societies like waves. This is the influence of the moon in Pisces, which amplifies not just individual emotions, but the collective psyche. People may feel overwhelmed by the magnitude of global challenges, struggling to process the uncertainty and loss that come with periods of transformation. Empathy and compassion, while beautiful qualities, can also lead to emotional exhaustion. The collective desire to help, heal, and connect may be hindered by feelings of helplessness or despair. This emotional sensitivity is both a gift and a challenge. It allows humanity to feel deeply and connect authentically, but it also makes the world more vulnerable to fear, disillusionment, and emotional instability. Potential for healing. Despite these challenges, Pisces is also a sign of profound healing and compassion. The sun and moon together in this spiritual and intuitive sign hold the potential to inspire acts of kindness, unity, and renewal. Imagine humanitarian efforts blossoming as people come together to support one another. Crises often bring out the best in humanity, and this alignment could encourage collective solidarity and empathy on a global scale. The moon's connection to intuition and emotional depth could inspire individuals to explore spiritual practices, mindfulness, and community-based healing efforts. The sun in Pisces reminds leaders to embrace compassion and humility, potentially leading to initiatives that prioritize collective well-being over personal or political gain. This alignment is a cosmic reminder that even in the face of uncertainty and turmoil, humanity has the capacity to heal, to connect, and to rise above its challenges with grace and empathy. The bigger picture. The sun and moon in Pisces highlight a world at a crossroads, where leaders must learn to balance idealism with practicality, and where people must navigate the turbulent waters of collective emotions. While the journey may feel uncertain and overwhelming, it also carries the promise of transformation. This alignment asks humanity to pause, reflect, and reconnect with its higher purpose. It challenges us to embrace compassion, not just as an abstract concept, but as a guiding force in our actions and decisions. In the end, it's not about avoiding the storm. It's about learning to sail through it with courage, wisdom, and an open heart. In the cosmic dance of the Kalapurusha chart, Rahu and Ketu, the shadow planets, hold a unique and powerful influence. These are not physical planets, but points of karmic energy, representing the head and tail of the celestial serpent. Rahu, insatiable and ambitious, seeks to amplify and distort whatever it touches. Ketu, detached and introspective, brings clarity through separation and loss. Now imagine this. Rahu is closely aligned with the sun, the planet of leadership and identity, and the moon, the planet of emotions and the collective psyche, in Pisces, the natural 12th house. At the same time, Ketu, stationed in Virgo in the natural 6th house, casts its 7th aspect directly onto this alignment in Pisces. This cosmic configuration introduces a profound interplay of masking, confusion, and karmic revelations that ripple across the globe. Rahu masking the sun and moon, a world veiled in shadows. When Rahu aligns with the sun and moon, its energy acts like an eclipse, obscuring their natural light and creating illusions. The sun and moon are the two luminaries of astrology, representing clarity, guidance, and balance. When their light is masked by Rahu, the world operates in a haze, struggling to discern truth from deception. Impacts on leadership, sun. Rahu's influence on the sun, the planet of leadership, authority, and governance, veils leaders in a cloud of illusion. It magnifies ambition but distorts judgment. Leaders may appear confident and charismatic but lack substance or vision. Rahu can create leaders who project strength while hiding incompetence or selfish motives, and struggle with transparency as Rahu obscures the truth. This could lead to secrecy, misinformation, and manipulation in governance and international relations. Or they may face scandals or exposure of hidden flaws, as Rahu's energy often uncovers uncomfortable truths after a period of illusion. This combination suggests a time when leadership around the world may seem unreliable or deceptive, leaving people feeling disillusioned and uncertain about the direction their nations are heading. Impacts on the collective psyche. Moon. The moon, symbolizing emotions, intuition, and the collective mindset, is equally affected by Rahu's shadow. This creates an atmosphere of emotional instability, confusion, and heightened anxiety. People may feel emotionally overwhelmed, unable to process events clearly. Rahu's influence often creates fear of the unknown, magnifying collective anxieties. Misinformation and propaganda could manipulate public perception, making it difficult for societies to unite or trust one another. Rahu also fuels obsessions, leading to mass hysteria or collective fixation on divisive issues, further polarizing communities. In essence, Rahu's masking of the moon reflects a world struggling with emotional clarity, caught between hope and despair, longing for stability but unable to find it. Rahu's influence on the stellium in Pisces amplifies the unpredictable and hidden forces associated with this mutable water sign. Pisces governs vast bodies of water and the mysterious energies that lie beneath them. When Rahu aligns with the stellium, it acts as a magnifier and disruptor, intensifying the risks of sudden water-related disasters like tsunamis. This alignment, coupled with Saturn's presence in Pisces, adds immense tension beneath the surface, symbolizing tectonic stress or underwater instability. The axis between Pisces and Virgo, activated by Ketu's aspect, hints at a potential release of this pent-up energy, possibly manifesting as shifts in ocean floors or large-scale flooding. Rahu's natural tendency to mask and obscure could delay early detection or warnings, increasing the severity of such events. Vulnerable regions near coastlines or areas prone to seismic activity might face heightened risks, emphasizing the need for advanced disaster preparedness and resilient early warning systems. This cosmic setup reminds us of the powerful and unpredictable forces of nature, particularly in relation to water, during this intense alignment. While Rahu creates illusions, Ketu's aspect on the Sun, Moon, Saturn, Venus, Retrograde, Mercury, Retrograde and Debilitated, and Rahu in Pisces works as a stark mirror, reflecting karmic truths that humanity cannot ignore. Ketu, positioned in Virgo, the natural sixth house of health, service, and conflicts, casts its influence back onto the 12th house. This dynamic creates a push-pull effect between the material and the spiritual, the practical, and the transcendent. Impact of Ketu's aspect. Revelation of hidden truths. Ketu strips away the veils created by Rahu, often harshly. Secrets hidden by governments, organizations, or even individuals may come to light, leading to shockwaves across societies. The 12th house governs hidden enemies and covert activities. Ketu's influence could expose hidden agendas, corruption, or unethical practices, forcing humanity to confront uncomfortable realities. Karmic reckoning. Ketu's energy is tied to past karma, and its aspect on Pisces emphasizes unresolved karmic debts. This could manifest as global crises related to health, Virgo's domain, where humanity must reckon with the consequences of neglecting wellness and sustainability. Environmental catastrophes, highlighting karmic imbalances in how we've treated the planet. Conflict resolution through forced change, often in the form of loss or separation, as old structures give way to new paradigms. Spiritual awakening. Through struggle. Ketu's aspect brings an undercurrent of spiritual awakening. While Rahu's illusions may dominate initially, Ketu's influence ensures that people eventually seek deeper truths. This aspect encourages individuals and societies to detach from superficial pursuits and focus on introspection, healing, and service. Ketu in the 6th house, aspecting the 12th. Karmic and difficult-to-treat pandemics. Ketu in the 6th house of disease and health aspecting the stellium in the 12th house, Pisces, significantly amplifies the potential for karmic, hidden, and difficult-to-treat pandemics. The 6th house governs illnesses and enemies, while the 12th house relates to hospitals, isolation, and chronic conditions. Ketu, representing detachment, obscurity, and karmic patterns, intensifies challenges in managing diseases that may emerge during this period. How this alignment could trigger karmic pandemics. Unseen or mysterious illnesses. Ketu's obscuring energy often causes diseases that are difficult to diagnose or that mimic other conditions, delaying effective treatment. These pandemics may have unusual symptoms or unknown origins, leading to mismanagement in the early stages. Karmic diseases. Ketu's karmic influence suggests illnesses linked to past actions or environmental neglect. Examples include pandemics caused by antibiotic resistance, zoonotic diseases from human-animal interactions, or environmental degradation. Diseases like this feel karmic because they reflect consequences of humanity's collective behavior. Chronic and resistant illnesses. Conditions may emerge that are resistant to conventional treatments, such as superbugs, mutated viruses, or infections requiring prolonged hospitalizations that denote 12th house matters. Treatment protocols could face repeated failures, increasing strain on healthcare systems. Global spread through water and air. Pisces, a water sign, emphasizes the potential for waterborne pathogens or diseases spread through contaminated supplies, floods, or damp environments. Virgo, an earth sign with Ketu, links to airborne diseases through its association with precision and systemic functions, further increasing the risk of fast-spreading illnesses. Mental and emotional health epidemics. The karmic interplay between the 6th and 12th houses also highlights pandemics related to mental health, including anxiety, depression, and substance abuse epidemics. These are exacerbated by Ketu's detachment and Pisces' emotional sensitivity. How Ketu's aspect complicates pandemics. Delayed detection. Ketu's energy obscures visibility, potentially leading to delayed recognition of outbreaks or underreporting of cases. Challenges in containment. Diseases may defy conventional containment strategies due to their mutative properties or the inability to pinpoint exact transmission methods. Global healthcare strain. Hospitals and healthcare systems, 12th house, may face overcrowding, resource shortages, or mismanagement, especially in countries unprepared for large-scale pandemics. Karmic lessons. This alignment reflects the karmic consequences of humanity's actions, emphasizing environmental, systemic, and collective behaviors that have led to health crises. It serves as a wake-up call for improving healthcare infrastructure, disaster preparedness, and global collaboration in addressing these challenges. While these pandemics may seem daunting, they also highlight the need for holistic healing, spiritual introspection, and sustainable living practices. Together, Rahu masking the sun and moon and Ketu's aspect from Virgo create a period of profound transformation, confusion, and awakening. A crisis of leadership and trust. Leaders may be viewed with suspicion as Rahu obscures their true intentions and Ketu exposes their flaws. Public trust in authority could waver, leading to movements demanding greater transparency and accountability. Global emotional instability. Societies may feel emotionally fragmented, swinging between hope and fear. Rahu's influence amplifies illusions, while Ketu forces painful truths, creating a collective longing for clarity and stability. Water-related disasters, tsunamis and flooding. The stellium in Pisces, a mutable water sign governing oceans and dissolution, significantly heightens the risks of tsunamis, flooding, and water-related disasters. Rahu's influence. Rahu amplifies the unpredictable and uncontrollable nature of Pisces, symbolizing hidden forces like tectonic shifts beneath the ocean floor. This could result in sudden and catastrophic events, such as tsunamis or severe coastal flooding. Saturn in Pisces. Saturn adds stress and weight to underwater structures, further emphasizing the potential for seismic activity. Vulnerable regions, particularly coastal areas, could face immense challenges. Health crises and pandemics. The combination of Pisces, natural 12th house, and Ketu's aspect from Virgo, health and disease, highlights the potential for emerging or resurgent pandemics. These health crises could unfold with hidden transmission patterns, delayed detection, or systemic failures in containment. Hidden illnesses. Ketu's influence often obscures early symptoms, making diseases harder to diagnose or contain, particularly those linked to waterborne or airborne pathogens. Mental health epidemics. With Pisces governing the subconscious and Ketu's detachment energy, mental health struggles such as anxiety and emotional overwhelm could become widespread, further straining healthcare systems. Challenges in preparedness and response. Both Rahu and Ketu complicate efforts to address these crises. Rahu masks. Warning signs. Rahu's energy creates confusion, potentially delaying early detection of tsunamis or the initial spread of pandemics. Ketu highlights systemic gaps. Ketu exposes flaws in public health and disaster preparedness, emphasizing the need for stronger infrastructure and global cooperation. A call to spirituality and unity. While the shadow planets create turmoil, their ultimate goal is transformation. Rahu and Ketu challenge humanity to break free from illusions and embrace spiritual growth, unity, and higher purpose. The bigger picture. This cosmic interplay is a reminder that the world is undergoing a karmic reset. Rahu's masks and Ketu's revelations force humanity to confront its shadow, its illusions, greed, and neglect, while providing the opportunity for awakening, healing, and renewal. The question is, can we see beyond the shadows? Can we use this time to grow, to unite, and to create a world that aligns with our higher potential? The cosmos is giving us the tools. It's up to us to decide how we use them. Imagine Jupiter, the planet of wisdom, growth, and abundance, is in Taurus, the natural second house of resources, wealth, and food. Taurus is a sign that values stability, practicality, and material comfort, making it a natural ally for Jupiter's expansive and benevolent energy. Together, they create a potential for growth in areas like finance, agriculture, and resource management. But this harmonious energy doesn't operate in isolation. Saturn, the planet of restriction and discipline, casts its third aspect from Pisces, tempering Jupiter's natural optimism. This cosmic interplay creates a dynamic of opportunity and challenge, highlighting humanity's need to innovate while grappling with limitations in resources and systems. Resource challenges. Jupiter in Taurus brings the promise of abundance, but Saturn's restrictive gaze from Pisces introduces hurdles that humanity must overcome. The second house governs essential resources: food, water, wealth, and these areas are likely to come under strain. Scarcity of resources. Saturn's aspect on Jupiter signifies limitations on supply chains, food production, and financial stability. Agricultural systems in particular may face challenges such as unpredictable weather patterns, mismanagement, or geopolitical disruptions. Rising food prices and resource shortages could lead to increased economic pressure, particularly in vulnerable regions. Imagine a world where essentials like grains, fruits, or even clean water become harder to access, forcing nations to reevaluate their resource management. Economic restrictions. While Jupiter typically expands financial opportunities, Saturn's influence enforces boundaries. This could manifest as trade restrictions, taxation reforms, or tightened monetary policies aimed at controlling inflation or managing resource allocation. For businesses, this might mean slower growth, with industries related to agriculture, real estate, and commodities facing increased scrutiny and regulation. Saturn's role here is a reminder that abundance cannot be taken for granted. It must be earned through discipline, foresight, and responsibility. Innovations in sustainability. Despite the challenges, Jupiter's presence in Taurus brings a spark of hope. Taurus, as an Earth sign, values practicality and resourcefulness, and Jupiter's wisdom inspires creative problem-solving in these areas. Together, they highlight the potential for sustainable growth and innovation. Advancements in agriculture. Jupiter in Taurus encourages breakthroughs in agriculture, such as new technologies, sustainable farming practices, or innovations in food production. These solutions may help mitigate the strain on resources, ensuring more efficient use of land and water. Imagine the rise of urban farming, precision agriculture, or alternative food sources like lab-grown proteins, all driven by a need to adapt to scarcity while preserving the environment. Focus on renewable resources. Taurus's connection to nature and stability aligns with Jupiter's wisdom to promote renewable energy and sustainable practices. Investments in solar, wind, and green technologies could take center stage, paving the way for a more resilient future. Jupiter's influence on the financial sector may lead to innovative economic models, such as circular economies or systems that prioritize long-term sustainability over short-term profit. The bigger picture. The cosmic story of Jupiter in Taurus, tempered by Saturn's aspect, reflects a world at a tipping point. On one hand, there's the promise of abundance, wisdom, and innovation. On the other, there's the reality of limitations, scarcity, and the need for careful management. This alignment challenges humanity to find balance between growth and sustainability, between immediate needs and long-term planning. It's a call to action for governments, businesses, and individuals alike to rethink how resources are used and to prioritize practices that benefit not just the present, but future generations. Jupiter in Taurus reminds us that while the Earth has the capacity to provide, it's up to us to honor that gift with responsibility and care. The challenges we face are not insurmountable. They're opportunities to evolve, to innovate, and to create a world where prosperity and sustainability coexist. In the end, this placement offers a profound lesson. True abundance is not about having more, but about using what we have wisely. The current planetary alignment in the Kalapurusha chart paints a vivid picture of a world in flux. We stand at a turning point, a moment where profound challenges intertwine with transformative opportunities. The cosmos reflects humanity's struggle, but also its potential to rise above. Let's break down the key impacts of this alignment and their direct influence on the world. Key takeaways: global impacts of the planetary alignments. Environmental disasters and resource scarcity. Saturn and Rahu in Pisces, along with Jupiter in Taurus, highlight tensions in how we use and manage Earth's resources. Climate issues may lead to floods, droughts, and agricultural strain, driving up food prices and causing shortages. The pressure on infrastructure and natural ecosystems suggests the urgent need for sustainability and innovation in resource management. Pandemics and health crises. With Ketu in Virgo aspecting the Sun, Moon, and Rahu in Pisces, the global health sector comes under scrutiny. Mismanagement of health crises or the emergence of new diseases could test humanity's resilience. The alignment warns of mental health struggles alongside physical ailments as collective anxiety and emotional instability rise. Wars and border tensions. Mars in Gemini and its aspect on Ketu signal increased risk of border conflicts, cyber attacks, and territorial disputes. Rising nationalism and strained diplomatic ties, fueled by Venus retrograde, may escalate tensions between neighboring nations. The potential for military action or covert operations grows during this period. Economic instability and job losses. Jupiter in Taurus, under Saturn's restrictive aspect, reflects instability in financial systems. Rising inflation, trade disputes, and resource constraints could lead to economic downturns and job losses. Venus retrograde highlights issues in international trade and strained financial partnerships, making recovery efforts slower and more challenging. Misinformation and divisive narratives. Mars in Gemini, governing communication and media, energizes propaganda and misinformation. The clash between facts and illusions is further amplified by Rahu's influence on the Sun and Moon, masking truth and fostering distrust in leadership and institutions. This period may see heightened polarization, with public discourse divided and manipulated, making unity more difficult. Emotional turmoil and collective anxiety. With the Moon in Pisces, the collective emotional state is sensitive and volatile. Societies may grapple with grief, confusion, and anxiety as they face these global challenges. Emotional exhaustion and feelings of helplessness could increase, but the energy of Pisces also encourages compassion and unity as a counterbalance. The world at a crossroads. These celestial patterns reflect a global reckoning, a moment where humanity must confront the consequences of its actions and choose a path forward. The challenges we face are immense, but they are not insurmountable. They are, in fact, catalysts for change. The environmental strain, health crises, economic instability, and political tensions reveal the fragility of our systems. But they also highlight opportunities for growth. Whether it's sustainable innovation in agriculture, improved health systems, or the rise of compassionate leadership, the cosmos urges us to rebuild with wisdom and integrity. The path forward: transformation through unity. Despite the chaos, this alignment carries a profound message. Transformation is possible when humanity comes together. Pisces, the sign of spiritual depth, compassion, and healing, reminds us of our shared humanity. Jupiter in Taurus inspires us to find innovative solutions that honor both progress and sustainability. The road ahead won't be easy. There will be losses, setbacks, and moments of uncertainty. But the cosmos assures us that with resilience, discernment, and collective effort, we can emerge stronger. The celestial energies are a reminder that true progress is born from overcoming challenges, not avoiding them. Closing reflection. As we navigate this transformative time, it's worth asking ourselves, what kind of world do we want to create? The stars provide insight, but the choices remain ours. Will we rise to meet these challenges with courage and wisdom, or will we succumb to fear and division? Share your thoughts on this cosmic perspective in the comments below. And if you're curious about how the stars continue to shape our world, subscribe for more astrological insights. Together, let's embrace this moment of transformation and work toward a future that reflects the best of what humanity can be.